It was raining heavily and the woman was in labor. It's been hours and yet the baby refused to come out. Her husband prayed silently outside, and about an hour later, the cry of a baby was heard. Obioma, who happened to be the husband of the woman, rushed inside with so much joy. "Oh, my baby!" he shouted with joy, but the joy was only for a second. The baby was a girl. In the village of Zawadi, the firstborn of every family must be a male. If the child was female, then she was killed immediately, as they are considered a curse. Obioma and his wife had waited 8 years and finally she conceived, only to give birth to a girl. "She must be killed," a guard said, as tears flowed out of Obioma's eyes. Many years ago, it was a custom in the village of Zawadi to make sure that the firstborn of every household was a male. They believed if the firstborn was a male, then good luck was coming their way. To them, having a son first meant having a helping hand and earning respect among fellows and elders. They considered the males as the most hardworking gender since they helped more in farms. Females were only seen by the stream fetching water, kitchen cooking, or village square dancing when they came of marriageable age. They also believed that females had no right in making decisions. Decision making solely rested upon the males, and to make this law active, they decided to kill the firstborn of every household if it was a girl. The people of Zawadi had lived under this tradition for many years that no one saw anything wrong with it. In this same village lived a man named Obioma. Obioma was a farmer who got married 8 years before to Chiamaka. They were not rich but had everything that would give them a standard life. Yet, one thing troubled them. For 8 years in marriage, Chiamaka couldn't conceive. They had visited so many healers and medicine men, yet no solution was discovered. Although Obioma consoled his wife saying, "Don't worry, my wife, God's timing is the best." Chiamaka felt sad. Wherever she went, women murmured among themselves. Some said she was cursed, while others said she was a witch who killed her children. Every day, Chiamaka would cry and ask God to give her a child, but it was as though her prayers wasn't heard. After months of insults and negative whispers from women, Chiamaka finally conceived. Obioma was so happy that he showered his wife with so many gifts. Soon, it was the day of her delivery. It was raining heavily that day, and Chiamaka fell into hard labor. Obioma prayed silently, and after an hour, the cry of a baby was heard. Obioma rushed in with so much joy, but the joy soon turned into sadness as Chiamaka had given birth to a girl. A girl! It was forbidden for a family to have a girl as their first child in the village of Zawadi. Obioma couldn't think of losing his child to the cold hands of death. No way! After 8 years of waiting, God had finally answered his prayers and granted him a child. He wasn't going to let them kill his child. Their child can't be considered a curse. No, she's a blessing. Obioma thought, but what could he do? It was only one midwife the people of Zawadi had, and this midwife worked for the king. How was he going to run away with his baby? So many thoughts ran through Obioma's mind. Just then, a palace guard came in. "She must be killed," he said aloud as he took the baby. Obioma and Chiamaka ran out following the guard. Soon, they arrived at the palace. A female child? The king thundered. She must be killed, the king said with no pity in his voice. No, Chiamaka ran out. Please, your highness, let my child be. She is no cause but a blessing. I waited so long for this child, and God has a reason for giving me a female child, Chiamaka said tearfully. Obioma joined in begging for the child. Finally, the king came to a decision. You have two options. Kill the child and stay in peace in this village, or get banished along with your child alive. Sorrowful tears flowed out of Chiamaka's and Obioma's eyes as they thanked the king for letting them keep the child alive, but were sad that they had to leave their village. Chiamaka and Obioma later left the village with their baby. They tried living in other villages, but the other kings wouldn't let them stay. And so, they later went into the forest to live and grow their child. Many years passed, and soon the people of Zawadi forgot about Obioma and his wife Chiamaka. Everything was going smoothly in the village until a sudden illness broke and started affecting everyone. The people of Zawadi were terrified as a cure for the illness had not been found. Soon, the king himself got infected. He decided to go out to find a cure. The king wandered from village to village. Still, there was no cure. And so he returned to Zawadi defeated. After his return, he decided to take a stroll. While walking by the road, he felt dizzy and fainted. A lady happened to pass by. She saw him and had pity on him, and so she took him to her hut and treated him. When the king woke up, he saw himself in an unfamiliar environment. He tried to stand, but a voice said, "You should still rest. Your body is still adjusting to the treatment." He turned around to see a young lady standing there. Didn't she know who he was? She didn't even greet him. He shook his head and said, "What is your name?" "My name is ADAORA. I found you by the road and brought you here. Don't worry, your sickness will be cured in no time," ADAORA said. "You're a healer?" the king asked. He couldn't believe he had found the one that shall cure his village from that terrible illness. The king later stood up and went outside for some fresh air when he noticed that they were in the forest. "You live in the forest?" the king asked, and ADAORA nodded. At this moment, a man and a woman came in. The king recognized them to be none other than Obioma and Chiamaka. When Obioma and Chiamaka saw the king, they bowed in greeting. ADAORA, on the other hand, was surprised to see that her parents were bowing in greeting to the man. It was then it occurred to her that he was a king. The king asked them if ADAORA was their daughter, and they nodded. What had happened was that after they had settled in the forest, they started their life afresh. They started farming for survival, and ADAORA had grown up to love the occupation. Soon, she started learning about herbs on her own. Her parents were surprised that she mixed herbs correctly, and the herbs were able to cure illnesses. So when they heard of the sudden outbreak of illness, they knew why God had given them ADAORA. She was the solution that the village needed. When the king heard of their story, he was heartbroken. He thought to himself, how many more life changers had they killed from birth? He was so sorry that he started asking for forgiveness. Obioma and Chiamaka told him that they held no grudge, and soon they all returned to the village, including ADAORA. Everyone, especially the old, were surprised to see Obioma and Chiamaka. When they saw the beautiful maiden with them, they concluded that she must be their daughter. Later, Everyone gathered, and the king told all of them what had happened. They were shocked and sorry at the same time. And so, they all agreed to the erasal of the laws that made them kill firstborn daughters. They were so glad and appreciated Obioma and Chiamaka for their courage on not killing their child. The banishment was later removed from Adora's parents and they returned to the village. Adora later became famous as a healer, and her story also became a great lesson that made the people of Zawadi understand that both genders of children, whether first or lastborn, were important as they are gifts from God, birthed for a special purpose.